So it's been more than a month, if you can believe it, since Donald Trump announced his sweeping and pretty ridiculous tariffs. But Mr. Art of the Deal, as he calls himself, has not yet struck a single trade deal, not a single one, with any single country.
You look for what's most likely. Most likely those trade deals are going to come from leaders that he's more comfortable with. And he certainly, again, says he's very comfortable with Keir Starmer.
Yeah, no question there. For President Trump, diplomacy is very personal. I mean, there's the degree of that for most presidents, but this one in particular, it's really whether or not he likes you. We know there have been foreign leaders he very much did not like. He did not care for Prime Minister Trudeau of Canada. But this is going to be a political win for the White House, Mika. We've already, President Trump up very early this morning, posting around 5:30 in the morning. We've heard from him a couple times already today about this. They're going to have an event at 10 o'clock. He's going to hold a news conference along with it. This is going to be something that they recognize. White House aides have told me for a while. It's been turbulent since so-called Liberation Day. They've seen the markets bounce back some, but there's a lot of economic worries. They needed to start delivering deals. This is the first.
You know, they hated to report on that because they said that it couldn't and wouldn't get done. You heard Mrs. Circle Back Jen Psaki talk about how, well, he hasn't done anything up to this point, you know, but we have a deal officially. But before we get there, it doesn't matter what Trump does whatsoever. It's always going to be spun in a negative light. And Bill O'Reilly laid it out best. Check it out.
It sounds like this is a marginal deal and that it's not that big of a deal when we look at, I'm curious to see the details of how much there will be in change compared to what we previously had with the UK. And then the UK officials also know that in order to negotiate the best deal for their country, that they need to stroke his ego. And so that's kind of, I think, what we saw take place there.
Sure. And at the stroke, it doesn't matter what Trump does. Close the border, doesn't matter. Okay? Get a good deal with UK and tariff trade, doesn't matter. Oh, no. Just attack. This is NBC, not some fringe lunatic website. And these people are paid to do this every day.
Yeah, it's crazy. People get paid to simply bash Trump 24/7. That is crazy. Now, of course, their ratings are absolutely tanking, so that's always great. But it's crazy to me that people get paid millions of dollars to simply go against everything that Trump is doing. That's all they do. Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. By the way, Trump bad. And did you know Democrats are great? You know, that's literally all they do. That's literally all they do. But let's talk about this trade deal. Actually, I'll let Uncle Trump tell us all about it. Check it out.
This morning, I'm thrilled to announce that we have reached a breakthrough trade deal with the United Kingdom. Incredible country. Today is a victory day for World War II. We won the war together exactly 80 years ago, so there could be no more perfect morning to reach this historic agreement. And it's beautiful weather out. I will tell you that, Keir. Beautiful weather. It's so perfect outside. But it's really, in particular, the agreement with one of our closest and most cherished allies. And we're so happy that that's the way it worked out. I want to thank Prime Minister Starmer and his very talented team for their outstanding work and partnership. Today's agreement with the UK is the first in a series of agreements on trade that my administration has been negotiating over the past 4 weeks. With this deal, the UK joins the United States in affirming that reciprocity and fairness is an essential and vital principle of international trade. The deal includes billions of dollars of increased market access for American exports, especially in agriculture, dramatically increasing access for American beef, ethanol, and virtually all of the products produced by our great farmers. And our Secretary, as you know, of Agriculture is here. Brooke, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, sir.
You'll let the farmers know. In addition, the UK will reduce or eliminate numerous non-tariff barriers that unfairly discriminated against American products. But this is now turning out, I think, really to be a great deal for both countries, because it'll be really great for the UK also. So they're opening up the country. Their country is a little closed, and we appreciate that. They'll also be fast-tracking American goods through their customs process, so our exports go to a very, very quick form of approval, and there won't be any red tape. Things are going to move very quickly both ways. The final details are being written up in the coming weeks. We'll have it all very conclusive, but the actual deal is a very conclusive one. We think just about everything's been approved.
So you heard that from Uncle Trump. Now, I want to get to the actual deal itself, and he posted this. So as you can see, the trade deal here with the UK. Bam! UK tariffs were 5.1%. Now they're dropping to 1.8. U.S. tariffs now, wow. Now our tariffs to the UK are 10%, but they were 3.4. So we're tariffing them. We're keeping a 10% tariff on them, but they're lowering ours. Wow. I like the sound of that. Ethanol, beef, cereals, fruits, vegetables, animal feed, tobacco, soft drinks, shellfish, textiles, chemicals, machinery, and more. Unprecedented access to the UK market. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Tariff revenue, $6 billion. New market access, $5 billion. So adding another $5 billion. Another $5 billion. Beautiful. Beautiful. But of course, if you listen to mainstream media, none of this was going to happen. It was all doom and gloom. And if you guys are like questioning, why did the UK are they happy about this? Is this just a drawn up thing from Trump? Like, no, the UK is actually happy with it. Check it out.
Well, Mr. President, thank you very much indeed in hosting us this morning. And thank you very much indeed also for that very typical 11th hour intervention by you with your phone call to the President, demanding even out of this deal than any of us expected. So thank you for that. The Prime Minister was delighted, obviously, to take that call late at night. But you took it to another level. And I think the point I would make is twofold. One is that if we're going to rebalance and rebuild international trade in a way that serves all our interests, then we're better doing that together than separately and apart, and that's what we're on a mission to do. But secondly, you've done what you said you would do. You said to the Prime Minister when he came and we visited in the Oval that you would do a good trade deal with the United Kingdom, that you would do it at pace, and that we would be first. And you have delivered that. You've been true to your word. So thank you very much indeed for that. For us, it's not the end. It's the end just of the beginning. I mean, there is yet more we can do in reducing tariffs and trade barriers so as to open up our markets to each other even more than we're agreeing to do today. But it also provides us with the platform, the springboard, to do what I think will be even more valuable for both our countries in the future, and that's creating a technology partnership between the United States and the United Kingdom so that we can harness science and technology in order to create future industries and future jobs, and to do that together in the way we work so closely already in the national security and defense area. We can just take that to yet further areas of science, enterprise, and endeavor. So,
yeah, the UK seems to be happy with the plan, with the deal. So great news, great news. But of course, like I said, it's just funny how mainstream media always reframes things to make it sound and seem as this huge negative. Oh my goodness, Trump tariffs, he's not going to get any type of deal. Oh no, blah, blah, blah. And then even when he does get a deal, oh, this just seems like a little minor thing. This is nothing. This is nothing. It's this much of the, I saw one clip where a guy was like, well, our trades to the UK are like this much, so like they're always downplaying everything. First it was Trump isn't going to get a deal, and then once a deal does come through, oh, this is a meaningless deal, but that's the reason why mainstream media is failing, and more people are flocking to independent media outlets like myself and others, because mainstream media just refuses to simply tell the truth. Just tell the truth. That's all you have to do. That's not difficult. It's not difficult to just tell the truth. Honestly, that would be great for the country. It would be great for the country because Democrats would be forced to do something good for once, right? But they can't do that. They can't do that. It's just impossible for them. But as always, you let me know your opinions, your thoughts on all of this, and do me a huge favor. Share the video, all right? Share it. Hit the arrow button down below. Click that link and send it to somebody, all right? You can send it via text message. You can post it on your Instagram, your Facebook, your X account, but share it. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in as always. Peace and love. I'm out.